Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Com esteu? Bueno, ja queda poquet i avui anem a acabar el temari, val? La primera part del temari, 10B, the power of words, yeah? But I have to remind you, de feu memòria, ja heu enviat al Ximo les fotos per al collage i el vídeo que estem muntant per a recordar este curs tan especial? Vinga, aneu enviant-li Ximo les fotos ben guapos, fins a la cintura, de mig cos, val? Perquè conste que heu estat allí tot el curs també i que heu format part d'aquesta classe. Bon, una coseta. Quan acabi avui la classe us enviaré el programa exercises del tema d'avui i un progress test 6.6 to 10, un progress test des del tema 6 fins al tema 10, que serà més o menys el que recull el que hem donat les classes online. M'agradaria que aquest progress test el tinguéreu fet per a la classe del divendres, perquè este divendres vaig acabar un vocabulary que m'agradaria que tinguéreu en compte per a aquest nivell B2 i la classe serà aquest vocabulary i la correcció i explicació d'aquest progress test. Per tant, serà molt important el divendres per a que pugueu repassar tot el que han donat en esta quarantena. I ja el divendres, per cap de setmana, us donaré un examen de final de curs per a que aneu repassant i el dimecres següent ho corregirem i ho explicarem també a classe i ja el divendres següent, dia 5 de juny, m'agradaria fer-vos l'examen, us enviaria un examen que és rellenable i m'enviareu les respostes per veure com heu anat assolint els continguts. Recordeu que aquest any no passa res si suspeneu l'examen. Teniu el certificat d'aprofitament de les persones que heu anat assistint i tingueu el 80% d'assistència. Una vegada tingueu aquest certificat, ja vos orientaré un poquet l'any que ve si tornem a fer el B21 o si n'aniríeu ja al B22. Queda clar? Then, everybody, we are on page 99, the power of words. Unit 10B. Ready, steady, go. And here we have the power of words. Well, page 98, 98. Today we are going to deal with articles. When do we use articles in English? Yeah. Then, the power of words. Well, you know that the power of words has to do with politician, politics. People who are in politics have to take into account the power of words, And today we're going to start with the listening. Do you know who was the first man to land on the moon? Who was? Of course, Neil Armstrong, in 1969. Neil Armstrong. I think that everybody knows that. Neil Armstrong was the first man to land on the moon, and it was in 1969. Well, some people say that it was a performance, I don't know. Then we are going to listen to him, saying the first words spoken from the moon. And he landed on the moon and he said the following words. Then this was the words, then you have to fill in the gaps. But I think that everybody knows. Tot el món ho sap. That's one step for one giant leap for then ready and complete.
$5.35.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
We listen very badly,
5.35.
Listen again.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Well, remember, yeah, it is 1969, then it's very strange. It was, that's one small, then right here, small step for man and one giant leap for mankind. Yeah, I don't know where to write it here. That's one small, yeah, then one small step for man, yeah, for man, and one giant leap for mankind, yeah, mankind. Then, do you know, sería traducción, nosotros siempre decir, es un paso pequeño para el hombre, pero un gran salto para la humanidad. Mankind. Mankind es humanidad. Mankind is all humans, yeah? All humans. Every human, all humans, yeah? And what's the difference between a step, un pequeño paso para el hombre, y un gran salto para la humanidad? Step sería un paso. Step is the act of lifting your foot and putting it down in order to walk or move. Un paso. But a leap, yeah, a leap, un salto, a leap is also, yeah, a long and high jump, and sometimes a large change or increase in something. También es un gran cambio, es un cambio ahí, también para la humanidad. Take into account that regarding the leap, we have a leap year. A leap year és un bisiesto, perquè fem un canvi, veritat? Fem un canvi, fem un bot, no? En el temps. Per tant, leap year és un any bisiesto. Then, that's one small step for man, but a giant leap for mankind. Here it says, we're going to listen now to an interview about the moon landing, yeah? What was the controversy about the words Armstrong said, yeah? The controversy of these. What's the difference in meaning between a man or man? Then listen to know the controversy.
.36
When Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon on July the 20th, 1969, a global audience of 500 million people were watching and listening. As he climbed down the steps from the spacecraft and stepped onto the moon, they heard him say, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." It seemed like the perfect quote for such a momentous occasion, but from the moment he said it, people have argued about whether Armstrong got his lines wrong and made a mistake. James, tell us about it.
Well, Armstrong always said that he wrote those words himself, which became some of the most famous and memorable words in history, during the time between landing on the moon and actually stepping out of the capsule onto the moon. That was nearly 7 hours.
And so what is the controversy about what Armstrong said when he stepped down the ladder onto the moon?
The question is, did he say one small step for man or one small step for a man? That's to say, did he use the indefinite article or not? It's just a little word, but there's a big difference in meaning. Armstrong always insisted that he wrote one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Of course, this would have been a meaningful sentence. If you say a man, then it clearly means that this was one small step for an individual man, i.e. himself, but one giant leap for mankind. That's to say, men and women in general. But what everybody actually heard was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, with no indefinite article. And that sentence means one small step for people in general, one giant leap for people in general. And that doesn't really make sense.
So did he just get the line wrong when he said it?
Well, Armstrong himself was never sure if he actually said what he wrote. In his biography, First Man, he told the author, James Hansen, "I must admit that it doesn't sound like the word is there." On the other hand, certainly the was intended because that's the only way it makes sense. He always regretted that there had been so much confusion about it. But almost 4 decades later, Armstrong was proved to be right. Peter Shan Ford, an Australian computer expert, used very high-tech sound techniques to analyse his sentence, and he discovered that the was said by Armstrong. It's just that he said it so quickly that you couldn't hear it on the recording which was broadcast to the world on the 20th of July 1969.
Was Armstrong relieved to hear this?
Yes, he was. I think it meant a lot to him to know that he didn't make a mistake.
So, technology. Yeah? Then, here, the controversy was if Armstrong said, "That's one small step for man," or if he said, "That's one small step for a man." And they said, well, it's only an A, yeah, it's only an indefinite article. Yes, but very important one, because depending on this, the indefinite article, if he said that's one small step for a man, it's indefinite, it has to do, it's definite, sorry, then it has to do with individual himself. Then it's a small step for himself, for Neil Armstrong on the moon, one giant leap for mankind. Otherwise, if he said that's one small step for man, it makes no sense for mankind, men and women in general. No, because not everybody, not all humans were on the moon on that day. You understand? And after that, technology proved that he was right. He said that's one small step for a man, yeah, one giant leap for mankind. Then, very important this, because today we're going to deal with this. When definite or indefinite article, it's so important. And indefinite article, a man himself, can make that the sentence has a different meaning. Then today we're going to explain when to use indefinite article a an, un y una, indeterminate, indefinite, or a definite article, the people, the astronaut that was there that day, or when to use no article, general meaning. Then, very important. Now, we are going to listen again, and I would like you to answer these questions. Yeah. Number one, when did Armstrong write the words he was planning to say when he first stepped on the moon? Number two, does Armstrong say he wrote that's one small step for man or one step for a man? Number three, why doesn't the sentence everybody heard make sense? Number four, what did Armstrong think he said? 5. Who is Peter Sanford and what did he discover? And number 6, how did Armstrong feel when he heard about this? Then listen, and we're going to say.
5.36. When Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon on July the 20th, 1969, a global audience of 500 million people were watching and listening. As he climbed down the steps from the spacecraft and stepped onto the moon, they heard him say, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." It seemed like the perfect quote for such a momentous occasion, But from the moment he said it, people have argued about whether Armstrong got his lines wrong and made a mistake. James, tell us about it.
Well, Armstrong always said that he wrote those words himself, which became some of the most famous and memorable words in history, during the time between landing on the moon and actually stepping out of the capsule onto the moon. That was nearly 7 hours.
And so what is the controversy about what Armstrong said when he stepped down the ladder onto the moon?
The question is, did he say one small step for man or one small step for a man? That's to say, did he use the indefinite article or not? It's just a little word, but there's a big difference in meaning. Armstrong always insisted that he wrote one small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. Of course, this would have been a meaningful sentence. If you say a man, then it clearly means that this was one small step for an individual man, i.e. himself, but one giant leap for mankind. That's to say, men and women in general. But what everybody actually heard was one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind, with no indefinite article. And that sentence means one small step for people in general, one giant leap for people in general. And that doesn't really make sense.
So did he just get the line wrong when he said it?
Well, Armstrong himself was never sure if he actually said what he wrote. In his biography, First Man, he told the author, James Hansen, "I must admit that it doesn't sound like the word is there." On the other hand, certainly the was intended because that's the only way it makes sense. He always regretted that there had been so much confusion about it. But almost 4 decades later, Armstrong was proved to be right. Peter Shan Ford, an Australian computer expert, used very high-tech sound techniques to analyse his sentence, and he discovered that the was said by Armstrong. It's just that he said it so quickly that you couldn't hear it on the recording which was broadcast to the world on the 20th of July 1969.
Was Armstrong relieved to hear this?
Yes, he was. I think it meant a lot to him to know that he didn't make a mistake.
Well, then he was relieved. Al final va dir bé. És que important, després d'anar a descobrir a plegar a la lluna, si va dir o no. But very important because it changed meaning. No? It makes nonsense, the other one. De l'altra manera no té sentit l'oració. Per tant, va dir a man. Yeah? Himself. I se va sentir aliviado. He was relieved. Yeah? He felt he was relieved. Then, this was an example to make you realize the importance of using articles in English in the correct way. Then, regarding this, here there are some facts about Armstrong. We have various facts. It is in your books, exercise 8. Read some more facts about Armstrong. Are the highlighted phrases right or wrong grammatically? Then please pause the video, pareu el vídeo, val? I intenteu sense cap explicació dir-s'hi també right or wrong, but if they are wrong, you have to correct them. Heu de corregir els errors. Té que veure el punt gramatical. Definite article be, indefinite article are, or the use of no article. Pause the video, pareu el vídeo i ho fem. Did you do it? Ja ho heu fet? Well, let's correct. Number 1. Neil Armstrong was born in the USA. Molt bé. The USA és una excepció dels països. Els països de normal no porten article. Spain, France, Italy, Ireland, Poland, but the United States of America són diferents estats, és l'excepció. Doncs està bé. I'm going to write if it's right, si està bé, voy a ficar un más, okay? Well, let's see number 2. He was a shy boy who loved the books and the music. Well, he was a shy boy, it's correct. We introduce for the first time, introduïm a esta persona per primera vegada. No ho hem mencionat abans, per tant, és indeterminat, it's a shy boy. But who loved the books, quins llibres? Science, mystery, romantic. Then what kind of books? Si fica el de, és determinat, és definit. No fica quin tipus de llibres. What kind of music? Rock music, pop music. Entonces, cuando hablamos en general, books en general, and music en general, no article. Then sería no article, books and music. Is it clear? This could be the explanation. No article. Very important. No article. Then let's see number 3. He studied aeronautical engineering at the university. Quina universitat? Cambridge, Oxford, Valencia. It's wrong. Yeah, at university, no article. At, no article, university. Very important. There are certain words in English, no article. At school, at university, at hospital, no article. Number 4. Let's say he was the first man who set foot on moon. Well, he was the first man porque es definido, porque es el primero que who set foot on moon. Está correcto, it's right. But who set foot on moon? ¿Cuántas lunas hay? Very good, only one. Then we always use the when there is only one, so n'hi ha una. Està totalment definida. The moon, the sun, the earth, there is only one. Per tant, fiquem el de quan sols n'hi ha una. Sabem a qui ens referim, és definit. The moon, the earth, the sun, the sky. Very important. Number 5. His famous words were heard by people all over the world. In general, people in general, then no article. Perfect. Let's see number 6. Before becoming astronaut, he worked for the US Navy. Well, before becoming astronaut, before a job, davant de les feines sempre fiquem a o an. I'm a teacher, I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse. Però aquí el que està mal, astronaut is a job, és una feina, però davant de vocal ficàvem an astronaut, ficàvem una an, perquè si no fem una inversion. Una linking, sorry. An astronaut, no se pot dir. Per tant, delante de singular y empezamos por vocal, ponemos una A. Pero está bien porque es delante del job. Before becoming an astronaut, ¿vale? He worked for the US Navy. ¿Cuántas hay? US Navy, una. Entonces, the US Navy is perfect. Está perfecto. Number 7, let's say. After 1984, he refused to give the autographs. ¿Qué autógrafos? ¿Los de la mano izquierda? ¿Los de la mano derecha? ¿Los autógrafos que él quería? No, we are generally speaking. Cuando hablamos en general, no article, autographs. No article when we talk in general, generally speaking. Yeah? And number 8, in 2005, he was involved in a lawsuit with an ex-partner who tried to sell some of the Armstrong's hair. Quin pèl? El rullo El is, el que le quedaba a Armstrong. No. Here is uncountable, es incontable. Y here, en general, el moño de Armstrong, here no porta article, then it's wrong. Sería Armstrong's hair. No article here. Is it clear? Well, this will be the general rule. Això marcava un poquet per dir-vos que el definit és específic, que l'indefinit és un o una indeterminat. Are you ready? I'm going to show you the grammar explanation. The article in English. We have an, uno, una, delante del singular, a before consonant, an before vowel. That means an plus singular nouns, que significa uno. Ja, it's the definite article, specific, and no article when we are generally speaking. Cuando hablamos en general, dinero en general, la sociedad en general, el gobierno en general, ¿no? En castellano lo más que decimos la paz, el dinero. But it's generally speaking, then no article. People, men, women, money, love. Yeah? Well, start explanation. When do we use an? When do we use an? Yeah. Then let's start. It is called indefinite article, indefinido, uno o una. The first time we mention a thing or a person. Cuando la primera vez que mencionamos una cosa, un objeto o una persona. I saw a man coming towards me. Vi a un hombre, no sé cuál de todos, a man coming towards me, que venía hacia mí. The second time, when you say what something is or what a person does, a job. Cuando dices que es algo, cuando defines que es algo, describes que es algo o el trabajo de una persona. This is a great device to communicate. Oh, my father is an engineer. What does my brother do? La feina de muchos hermanos. Por lo tanto, trabajo y descripción de The third thing, to emphasize in exclamations with the structure what a beautiful day, yeah? Qué día més bonico. Quin menjar més bo. What a lovely meal. Then to emphasize, we use what a, an adjective, and a noun. Yeah? Well, sometimes in expressions of frequency. I go to the dentist twice a year. I travel abroad 3 times a year. Then it's for once a week, yeah, 4 time expressions of frequency, yeah. Now, when do we use the definite article the? Specific. When we talk about something we have already mentioned. Habían comenzado diciendo, I saw a man, indefinido, coming towards me. Vi a un hombre que venía hacia mí. The man, el hombre, ya lo he mencionado anteriormente, por lo tanto ahora ya es artículo definido. The man wanted to ask me where the bus station was. El hombre quería preguntarme dónde estaba la estación de autobuses. Ese hombre, definido. To. When it's clear what you are referring to, then everybody knows and understands what we are talking about. If you are at home and you say, my father opened the door. Quina porta va ser? Sabem quina porta? La de casa. Per tant, com tots sabem, el referent és molt clar, fiquem el definit. Father opened the door. We know the door we are talking about. Number 3. When there is only one of something, then it's definite. The moon goes around the earth. Sols n'hi ha una, the moon, sols n'hi ha una, the earth. Then there is only one. with places in the town. For example, the cinema, the theater, the sports center, the town hall. Perché? Perché farà molts anys, en una escola, en un poble, en una ciutat, quants nivells n'hi haurien? Uno. Sabíem a qui se referíem. Theater, n'hi hauria uno. Per això se queda aquestes paraules porten el da. Then places in the towns. I'm going to the cinema tonight. I'm going to the theater. I'm going to the town hall. Yeah. Then definite article. You know that with superlative, he is the most intelligent boy in my class. What else? Now, when do we use no article? Then it's not necessary no article because we are talking in general. Then the first point, when we are speaking in general, normally with plural or uncountable nouns. Generally speaking, compare this. I love flowers. Generally speaking, that the people take flowers. But I love the flowers in my garden. The flowers in my garden, not all flowers in general. No, flowers in my garden. This is specific. Then, when are we talking in general? Men don't like going shopping. Women love going shopping. Generally speaking, and love is more important than money. Generally speaking, no article. With some nouns, home, bed, work, school, church, prison, hospital, university, no article. I'm going to school, I go to bed at 10:30 every night. Ja podeu pensar, no havies dit que per a places in the town fiquem el da? Sí, perquè abans no hi havia una, però hospital n'hi hauria una, n'hi hauria una per a molts pobles, per tant, aquests substantius no em porten. University tampoc. Then I'm going to school, I go to bed. And these, no article. And taking into account these rules, teniendo en cuenta esa teoría, así, then everybody go to your grammar bank on page number 151, 151 tots, 151, passeu a la 151, 10B articles, and here you have the same explanation as I said before. Basic rules, indefinite, definite article or no article. And here is specific, da, general, indeterminate, indefinite, indefinido, definido, inactive. Some institutions and rules about geographical names. Yeah? Oh yes, I forgot. Here you have certain things. I'm going to give it now. Look at here. Because here there are certain exceptions, very important exceptions. Look at here. I'm going to put it here now. Sorry. These are the exceptions I have prepared. Because we don't usually use the article in geographical names. There's no article. I'll explicar-vos això with no article. The problem is that with geographical names, there are certain exceptions, and then I need to explain it apart. Then we set down no article when we are talking about countries, continents, or regions. For example, I live in Spain. Spain is in Europe. Yeah, no article. But there are exceptions. The United States, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, exception. It is, we don't use article, then no article. Roads, streets, parks, shops, and restaurants. For example, the president, the prime minister in the United Kingdom lives on 10 Downing Street. No article. But in certain roads, or in certain motorways, we use the M6 or the A25. We don't use article in individual mountains and lakes, for example, Lake Victoria or Mount Everest, but exception the Kilimanjaro. And we use the with mountain ranges. Una cadena de montañas no individual. For example, the Pyrenees. In certain rivers, seas, canals, deserts, and island groups, the Canary Island, the Mediterranean Sea, the Thames, the river. Yeah. And in names of theaters, cinemas, hotels, and galleries, and museums, the Louvre and the Ritz Hotel. Then these are the exceptions, and there are certain rules, but they have the exceptions. So, after taking into account this, please, it's time for you to do the grammar bank. You have the explanation, yeah, you have the explanation, and now it's time for you to do the grammar, have the explanation, and now you have to do the grammar bank. Pause the video, pareu el vídeo, se llegiu en calma la teoria, and now, yeah, we start to do the exercises and to correct. Cycle the correct article. Number 1. The weather was awful, so we stayed at a home, the home, at home. 2. Dishwasher we bought last week has stopped working already. 3. I love reading the historical or historical novels. Well, A is impossible because A must have a singular. Una novelas no. Por tanto, está claro que la A no es. Tienes que elegir the or no article. Number 4. Sarah had an exhausting day, so she went to the bed or to bed early. Number 5. I saw a man walking with a woman in the park. A woman was crying, the woman was crying, or woman was crying. 6. The teachers are on strike, so the children are going to school, to school. Then go reading and routine and cycle the correct one, because after a minute you are going to correct them. Pause the video, para el vídeo, lo veo en calma y ahora corregir. Are you ready? Well, number 1. The weather was awful, so we stayed at home. Clar que sí. No article, perché casa no porta article. At home. Let's see number 2. Dishwasher we bought last week. No qualsevol rentaplats, sinó el que comprarem we bought last week. Si és específic, he de ficar the dishwasher. We bought. The dishwasher we bought last week és específic, no qualsevol. És the dishwasher we bought. Very important. Well, let's see number 3. I love reading historical novels, en general, historical novels, no article. Yeah, no article, historical, no article. Number 3. Let's see. Number 4. How was it? Sarah had an exhausting day, so she went to, very good, to bed. No article. Yeah, go to bed, never has an article. That's it. Number 5. I saw a man walking with a woman in the park. Ya me la he introducido. A man and a woman. La primera vez que lo mencionamos, artículo indefinido. The woman was crying. Porque ya he dicho que mujer. The woman was crying. Very good. The woman. Porque es la segunda vez que lo mencionamos. Number 6. Let's say. The teachers are on strike, so the children aren't going to school because school never article. Very good. Then no article, going to school. Very important. Well, let's go on. Number 7. Turn left immediately after charge and go up the hill. Then turn left immediately, gira. ¿Después de qué? De una iglesia, de cualquiera, de church, porque ahí tienes la iglesia, es un referente específico. Gira después de la iglesia. ¿Qué iglesia? La que verás. Es definite, ¿no? The church. Then turn left and immediately after the church, porque ahí se convierte la iglesia en un referente definido. Very good. Well, let's see. Number 8. My neighbors in a prison, or in prison. Very good. To be in prison, no article, never article. Yeah, never article. And let's see the next one. Number 9. People are complaining because the council have refused to build a new hospital, indefinite, yeah, a new hospital. 1 now. Com serà? No ho sabem, és indeterminat, indefinite. No? A hospital. And the last one, number 10. Visitors will not be allowed to enter a hospital, the hospital, or hospital after 7 p.m. What do you think? Visitors will not be able to enter the hospital. N'hi ha un cartell, per tant és específica, i hospital sí que és determinat. Sabem quin hospital és, on està el cartell. No? To enter the hospital. Quin? Este. És determinat, és definit. No? The hospital, no qualsevol hospital. Ese horari és per a ese hospital. Por lo tanto es definit, totalmente definit. Definite article the, porque todos sabemos de qué hospital hablamos. Is it clear? Yes? Well, now, please, I would like you to do exercise B, grammar bank. And now, what to do here? Well, complete with the or no article. Then this has to do with definite the or no article. Then have a look at grammar explanation, use la teoría, and do the exercises. And after pausing the video, después de pararlo y pero anirem a corregir. Well, did you do it? ¿Ya ho fet? Yeah. Then we start. Sicily is the largest island in Mediterranean. Vale, Sicily es un país, por lo tanto, no article. Yeah. and in Mediterranean. It's a sea, es un mar, siempre será the Mediterranean. Then Sicily, country, no article, is the largest island in, or Iceland, yeah, in the Mediterranean, is a sea, then article the. Clear? Well, let's say number 2. Cairo is on River Nile. Of course, there is only one, and it's a river, then the River Nile. I'm going to, yeah, let's say 3. We didn't have time to visit Louvre when we were in Paris. Louvre is a museum. Then we know which one we are talking about. Then the Louvre, the museum, the Prado, the Louvre, the British Gallery, whatever, the MoMA. Yeah. Then it's a museum. There is only one. Then we use the. Let's see, number 4. Southwest England is famous for its beautiful countryside and beaches. Always, yeah. It must be the north, the south, the west, the east, the southwest, the southeastern, always the. Very good. Then the next, number 5. Mount Everest is in Himalayas. Well, Mount Everest is an individual mountain, yeah. Then if it's individual, we said the Mount Everest is in Himalayas, is a mountain ranges, a collective, then the Himalayas. This was the answer. Let's say number 6. The largest inland lake is, very good, it's a sea, very important, it's a sea, then the Caspian Sea, because it's only one and it's a sea. Very good. Well, let's say number 7. We stayed at Palace Hotel while we were in Madrid. Then it's a hotel, then hotels, the Palace, the Victoria Inn, the Hilton, yeah? Very important hotels. 8. Romeo and Juliet is on at Club Theatre. It has the name of the theatre, then theatres, the name of the theatre, we use the Globe Theatre, Shakespeare's theatre. Number 9. Mont Blanc is the highest mountain in Alps. Alps is a mountain ranges, una cadena montañosa. Then it's collective noun. We have to use the Alps. As the Pyrenees, it's the collective of mountain ranges. And the last one, 10. I've always wanted to visit India. India. Then continents, countries, never article. Then in India, no article. Is it clear? I think that with the explanation is very, very clear. Then you have to take into account the grammar explanation, and they're going to send you 2 different kinds of exercises. Today's grammar articles and a progress test for Friday. Well, I think it's good. This. It's very interesting. Let's go back. We finished the grammar bank. Let's go back in your book on page 99. Everybody? Because on page 99, in my opinion, there is a very interesting reading comprehension, and it talks about very important politicians in our history. We have Emily Pankhurst, Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, and Barack Obama. Then I would like you to read, very interesting, Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, and Barack Obama. They have, in my opinion, the power of words. They were good politicians and they knew what to say in the exact time, in the right time. Then please read at home and do these exercises because it's very important, very interesting to do, and I'll send you the answers if you want. Is it clear? Then we finish here with the power of words, and I'm going to tell you what to do after today's class. So here we are. Now, after this explanation, then I'm going to send you the grammar articles and no articles and the no articles for you to improve it. And I'm going to send you a progress test. It's a progress test from unit 6 to 10. I would like you to do it because this Friday I'm going to spend the class explaining certain vocabulary, important vocabulary for you, and the correction and explanation of these 6 and 10 units. It's a way of reviewing for the end of course test. It's a way of studying and learning. Is it clear? Then do the progress test for this Friday. Which is Friday, we are going to explain and correct this progress test. Is it clear? I'll see you next Friday.